Oh, I'm so tired.
Just swallow wrong? What? Just swallow wrong?
Yeah.
I shouldn't do that.
I know. I need breath. Are we on? Oh, hello! And welcome to Take Flight Live with Phoenix Stage Company, an award-winning 100% volunteer community theater organization located in Oakville, Connecticut. I'm Ed Bass, Executive Director of Phoenix Stage Company, and this is Tim. Hello. To say hello, Tim.
Hello!
Also with us, of course, Michael Calabrese, our super duper technical producer.
Yeah.
I almost rhymed it, almost.
And fixer of bad things. When things go crazy.
It's true. Al Hathaway's in the room.
In the booth there. Oh, well, he's in the booth and there. Yeah.
100% volunteer community theater organization.
Why is it coming a half hour?
Sorry, I'm hearing things on my headset. Like I'm hearing us.
Yeah, we're
behind.
The big delay.
I don't know exactly what's going on.
Is somebody else doing a show?
It is another. What is going on?
Well, you had that problem today.
I did have a problem
Loki
today.
was here early.
Yeah,
today.
I put, so Tim and I, when we were working yesterday, we were talking about lighting and we walked out on stage and the projector turned on its own up there, shining light on us.
Yeah. But who are those?
And
it's something to do with that mic.
I'm sorry. And then today I put the ghost light out because I didn't want to have to keep turning the light switch on when I needed to go downstairs. And I put the ghost light out and I walked out and there was a thump noise and I came out and the projector was on again.
It wasn't Al.
No, although his cutout was up there. I don't know. It's a little
You can't
freaky.
see his arms, It could be he's reaching his arms down to.
I don't want to know what he's doing with his arms. I can't see him.
But we're back for our second day of Give Local.
Our second day.
And we have an studio audience tonight.
We do. We have our amazing cutout and our audience is here.
Live people. Yeah.
It's true.
That they're all going to be in the show at some point.
So Michael, do you know what our total is right now? Where are we? Anybody in the house know? Where are we? I think we were at 15,691. 15,691.
That's amazing.
That is amazing. Thank you all so much.
Total story, because there's some other stuff in there that's not
amazing. Amazing.
What did we make last year?
Last year we made $12,000. Yeah.
I'm in trouble.
You are. So we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
But first, we have some birthdays.
We're going to do the birthdays? Okay, we'll do the birthdays.
So we're going to do birthdays. Play that music, Al. I can't wear my headphone because it's not working apparently.
Well, we can do it right here.
We do.
Look at that. And today is birthdays to two of our really favorite people, Janice Connor. Happy birthday, Janice. She's up in Litchfield, I think, right? Somewhere up there.
Litchfield is that way. That way.
And Lucia Dressel.
Lucia.
Which is that way.
That way.
Yeah.
As the crow flies.
Yeah. And her spanking brand new kitchen.
That's right.
Happy birthday. And coming up tomorrow, Christine Donahue, who's in the dining room.
Yeah.
On what's today?
On the 23rd, which is Friday,
Thank you.
is Maynard Elliott's birthday. I think they're in Tennessee now.
I'm all confused by doing this on a Tuesday and a Wednesday.
Yeah.
I kept thinking it was Thursday.
Yeah.
And then on Saturday, right? The 24th.
The 24th is Leland Schick.
We missed Leland.
Right. Now, and in the middle of all of this, between the 24th and the 28th, we had missed a birthday because she's not on Facebook.
Yeah, that's how I get my birthday.
On the 26th, it's Grandma.
There she is right over there.
It's Grandma's birthday. Lady Marilyn Lopez.
Lady Marilyn. Why is she lady?
Because for Christmas, so she comes from Scottish heritage, like myself.
And me too.
For Christmas, one of her family members bought her a square foot of land in Scotland.
Oh.
And it came with a decree for the square foot, and it came with a certificate declaring her as Lady Marilyn Lopez.
So every time you see her, you must bow.
You must bow to Grandma.
And curtsy.
Yes.
And curtsy.
Hey, you know what? Maybe, we have our Take Flight, our Take Flight Awards.
Yeah.
For Phoenix Stage Company.
Yeah.
maybe we should
honorary titles.
We should give honorary titles of dames and lords.
I want to be a duke.
You want to be a duke? So let's start working on that. We're going to start working on. We're going to give honorary titles at Phoenix Stage Company. And I told you, I get alerts and stuff all the time on our name and things.
Yeah.
And I got alerted that a new Phoenix theater company opened.
Really?
Phoenix Theater Company.
In Connecticut?
And,
Or
well, it
elsewhere?
said Bristol, near Bristol.
Oh,
Near
okay.
Bristol is what it said, near Bristol.
Near
And I went,
Bristol.
oh my God.
Okay.
Oh my God. So I clicked a little thing and their Facebook page came up and they have a lovely logo.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah.
And it's spelled Phoenix Theatre, RE Company. And they were doing Of Mice and Men and they were doing a couple of other things. And I was like, oh my God, another Phoenix so close to us. Like, how is that
We had one
possible?
before, right?
No, this Phoenix Theatre Company is near Bristol, England.
Oh, okay. Well,
They're in Bolton, England. So
I don't think we have to worry
so
about
I kind of looked at their site, and then yesterday I sent them an email and said, "Hey, hello from Phoenix Stage Company in Oakville. I think we should form a sisterhood, and you
Absolutely.
could be our sister theater company, and maybe we work towards producing the same show on the same dates and do an exchange of a tech person,
I'm all for
or
that.
someone goes there
I'll
and
go.
someone
I
comes
want to
here."
go there.
And they can, someone here will host that person while someone over there hosts our person. It could be a really cool
We could
little
send
thing.
you over there and do their pre-show
I've been there many
announcements.
times.
You should do the pre-show announcements for them.
I've been there many times. I've been to the UK many times. I can
America
tell
jokes.
them jokes all the time. Uh-oh.
Oh, what is this? No. Oh, he's laughing already. Is this something you want to share? Or can you read it?
Something is wrong with the mic.
Okay.
Did settings change? People say Tim is muffled.
I am not muffled.
Why do I bother quietly handing you a note? I just.
It's I read it because it's a note from our producer,
Am
our
I
technical
muffled?
producer.
Somebody. Oh, no.
I think something did happen to the microphone, but
We
I
moved
think
things
I think
around.
it's the connection, Michael. I think there was an issue down here with one of the connections
I'm not
earlier.
connected. Is that coming out?
It's connected. It's just bent.
Oh, okay. So am I.
Like so many things. it's
Yeah.
bent. Speaking of bent,
Oh, how does that a segue?
hey Tim,
Hey, what?
do you get when you cross? Oh, that's not a good one.
Okay.
What's a llama's favorite drink?
I don't know. What's a llama's favorite drink?
Lemonade.
Spell with 2 L's.
Right,
Right, 2 L's. Are they all llama jokes today?
Yes, they're all llama jokes today.
That's for Lori, right? Because she's a little llama person.
What actor is the llama's favorite?
Lorenzo Lamas.
Nope. Al Pacino.
Okay.
I
was right with you. I was right there That's good. That's good. And we forgot to mention Brian Elser's birthday coming up next week too.
Brian
A week-
Elser on the
a
28th.
week from today.
Brian Elser on the 28th. Yeah.
So
Where's my paper? I had a special paper here.
a special paper.
That's what?
The real queen's birthday.
It's Michael's birthday?
No, the other queen.
So what's she? 95 now? 95.
Oh my gosh,
Long live the
95.
queen. Apparently she did.
Yeah.
It's so sad about her husband dying. He was 99, right?
It's,
Prince
you
Philip?
know, yeah, it's really sad.
And you got to wonder, people in America probably didn't know much about it until The Crown came out. And we all, people, because I love the show. I love The Crown. 3 seasons. But everybody's learned so much about what went on in their interesting lives. And a lot of it has to do with, Prince Philip. So anyway, happy birthday, Queenie.
Happy birthday, Your Royal Highness.
Yes. Because I forgot there's certain ways, like you're not supposed to call her your majesty. Your majesty's in this.
Oh no, Your Majesty is the Queen. Your
Royal
Majesty, Your Royal Highness is
Are everybody
below.
else. Right.
Yes.
Right.
HRH.
HRH. Yeah.
HRH.
Yeah.
That'll be my title here at Phoenix Stage Company. HRH.
His Royal Highness. Yeah. The Queen.
No, we can't have any queens or kings because that'll put everybody off.
That's true.
That's true.
Because
That's
then
true.
how do you deserve that?
Yes.
And Then they'll be like protest. He's not my queen.
You're the RSQ, the Royal Salty Queen.
Yeah, there you go.
So how's our Give Local going?
Our Give Local is going great.
Yes.
It is.
And we are so thankful. And later we're going to be showing the names of people, right?
We are. That's a little bit later. We have a small video, a tribute video to show. But
Yeah.
so last year our goal was 12,000.
Yeah.
And this year was our goal was to meet that 12,000.
Right.
Well,
we
kind of knocked that out of the park.
Thank you so much
I-
to everybody. Really.
I'm blown away.
The amount of people, the amount they put out, and the amount of money that they donated, and the amount of people, different people that have come in. We've seen people that we've never seen before
Right.
coming to
Yeah.
support us, and that's so great.
2020 was a really difficult year for everyone.
Yes,
right.
absolutely.
For everybody,
Yeah.
all the nonprofits, and we paid out over $40,000 in rent and utilities and insurance
Without
in 2020 without any income
ever
coming
opening the
in.
door.
You know, and so we're going to be making half of that back through this event.
that's amazing. That
It's
blows us away.
yeah, it's amazing. It really is.
We're so happy for that.
It really
thank
is.
you. I can't thank everybody enough
Mm.
for coming through like this, and not only for us, but for all the nonprofits that are in Give Local. And there's like 150.
250.
250.
250.
And they're all
nonprofits.
getting a good chunk of money today.
Yeah.
And that is just amazing. And kudos to everybody for supporting
Absolutely.
him.
Absolutely. And
Yep.
and we have a special gift for you. Because
We do.
because you remember we talked about your smoky eye challenge.
Yes.
And you set some parameters.
I
You
did.
said if we meet
Yeah.
last year, he would get a
I would
smoky
get
eye.
smoky eye. And
If we beat it by 10%,
Yep.
he would do a smoky eye and a wig.
Yep.
If we beat it by 25%, he would do full drag, and we well exceeded 25%.
yes, we did.
Well exceeded that. And so for you, Tim is going to get his mug beat up by our very own Eric Calabrese. He's coming to join us. He's going to pop up here in a second. There he is.
geez.
Hello.
Hello.
Speaking of Royal Highness,
Oh,
because
is she
Louis,
here?
you've played royalty in a few
Yes.
shows.
Yeah.
Yes, I
I've
have.
never been royalty. Have you? Yeah, you.
Microphone.
Hang on.
Oh, in the underpants.
The underpants.
You may be seated. Bow. Bow.
Yes. So you
Remember
were
at the end
royalty.
of underpants I came out? I forgot about that. What was
Yeah.
it? I don't even, yeah.
You were Count something.
Oh.
Well, they're all comedians now. Okay.
Speaking of,
Oh.
hey, Tim,
Hey, what?
how do llamas respond when someone says thank you?
I don't know. How do llamas respond when someone says thank you?
No problema.
Yeah.
Come on. That was a good one. It's a funny one.
Oh,
You see what I have to deal with? You see what happens?
Yeah. That's how it goes.
I'm bruised.
So anyway, yeah, I set those parameters, not thinking. I was happy. I was going into this thinking, if we make as much as we made last year, and we did good last year. Last year was our best year, right?
Last year was one of our best years. Yes.
So I went in thinking, if we could just do as good as we did last year, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
So I set these lofty goals, and thank you very much.
Last year dipped from our previous Give Local, but it was because we were just starting to shut down and everybody was uncertain. Nobody knew what was happening and where we were going. So we were happy to reach the goal that we reached, the 12,000. That was awesome, right? And so
I
now
still
we're
remember
coming back
last
up.
year's. We were on the stage up there, right? We were
We were
because
yeah.
we were still had the Cayuga set up.
Yeah. Do you have that preview?
Yeah, you want to
ready
put
yet?
that picture up there?
You have that preview yet?
Okay.
So Eric, would you would you tell us what are you going to do to our friend Tim today?
what aren't I gonna do?
Oh.
So it's gonna start with like a light foundation, some light
Like
contour,
concrete?
like like
Okay.
solid
Okay.
concrete. It's actually just soil. Don't worry about
Okay.
it. Some light contouring because his cheekbones are two chef's kisses. I'll tell you what.
I have cheekbones.
underneath the little chubby cheeks
Yeah,
you
I
do.
do.
I got the jowls going here.
That's what
now.
makeup's for.
Oh,
And then,
And gaff tape.
yeah, well,
Gaff
to pull
tape.
it all back. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I'll have a ponytail by the time this is over.
Now, the real question is, what color are we looking for? There's black, which is like dramatic.
That's smoky.
Yeah, but you could do smoky with anything, like a dark purple, a dark
Well, he's
blue.
wearing you know the outfit he's wearing?
Oh, I do.
So, you go it's a surprise, but follow your
Okay. Yeah.
Knock your socks off, whatever.
glitter.
There
Glitter's fabulous.
On everything.
Yeah.
On
And
everything.
he'll still have it on next year. He'll be picking it out of his ears.
Next year, it's his turn.
You've seen me. You've
No,
seen
no,
me
no,
as
no.
Phyllis
We're going to
Diller.
let Eric do you next year.
Excuse me.
He's married.
We're gonna have to set some lofty goals for that,
I guess the biggest question I have is how much needed to be donated to get Tim to tuck during this?
Oh, God, he didn't go there.
If we reach $18,000 online,
By 7 o'clock.
Tim will tuck using duct tape.
Wait a minute, let me check. How far are we at?
So there's a goal. $18,000 online by 7
I'm
p.m.
praying that we don't have anybody that
Tim
just
will
won
tuck
lottery.
with duct tape and we'll prove it with a photo.
Oh, my God.
My wife is here, by the way. Sitting over there. Yeah.
So you have a plan in mind.
I do.
Yeah.
I do have a plan.
Now, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
How hard is it to do makeup on other people like that? To do drag makeup on
Because
other
you
people?
used to do it yourself, hon, right?
Yeah, it's not so much because I'm used to, because doing makeup for yourself and then doing it on somebody else, it's two
Totally.
completely
Right.
different ball games.
Right.
It really is. It's not difficult so much because I just have fun doing it. Like it's gonna come out looking amazing. Hopefully.
You can-
And like that's the game. That's the game. You just hope for the best. And as I explained last time, you just show up and say, you look great. Oh my God, who's gonna question you? You know?
That's-
You look amazing. No, bold brow is in. You just convince them.
Okay.
You convince them.
Okay. All right. So listen,
Yeah.
you guys have 45 minutes to
45
get this done.
It's going to take every bit.
Rue
of
girls
that.
can do it.
You
in
have
15.
45
We can do
minutes. So
this.
you're going to go with Eric
So the-
right now.
Oh, we are?
Yes.
Can I bring my beer?
Yes.
Yeah, please do.
Hey, Tim, don't get lipstick on that glass.
Wait, what?
Off you go.
How much are we at right now?
Off you go.
Okay. I don't want to find out halfway through this that I have to do the other
You
thing.
won't
So,
find out till 10.
Bye, Tim. And then, so here's a contest for all of you out there. I need all of you that are viewing to name Tim as his drag character.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So all of you put your minds together and come up with a name for Tim as his drag character. That'll be fun. All right. And so I'm going to now close up Tim's little book and I'm going to bring a couple of people on to join me. Jonathan and Casey Ross are going to join me. Come on up, guys. Woohoo. Wherever, just don't trip over any cords or anything. There you go.
Not enough
I'm
time.
gonna sit here.
I was gonna let you sit center.
Hello,
Oh,
hello.
like there's people out there looking at us.
There are people out there. It's a little weird when you watch down here because there's a delay. So just so you know, it's a small little tiny delay. Okay. But
I just wave to the audience.
How's my
that's
drag
there.
look?
yeah. And so while we're sitting here, Michael's going to play a video on the wall behind us. You'll be able to see it. It's really just that it's names are going to scroll on the wall. Everyone that donated
Oh,
as a
cool.
special thank you, all the names and tributes that people did in memory
Oh,
of and in
nice.
honor of
Nice.
and things like that. So he's going to play that. Don't let it distract you.
Okay.
And to anyone who's donated after we created this, I'm sorry that I didn't get your names up because it was after we created the slideshow. But we do appreciate you a lot. a lot.
A
Very
lot,
much.
very
Yeah.
much.
So how are you guys?
Good.
Good.
So
Good.
we were going to do a staged reading.
Can we say the
this
name of
happened.
it without paying royalties on just saying the name?
Yeah, so because we're scheduling it
Oh.
again for later, it was the
Okay.
Owl and the Pussycat that we're
Mhm.
doing, and so we're going to do that as a live staged reading sometime in May, which
Mhm.
people will be really excited about, I think,
Yes.
to be able to come to the theater and sit amongst our other
Our other
people.
patrons
Audience who are
Um,
here tonight.
yeah.
are quiet on. It's very peaceful.
They are. I could
They're
do
very
house announcements for
respectful.
3 hours and they would let me.
Oh, please don't.
Yeah, it's great.
No.
So the Owl and the Pussycat.
Yeah.
Tell us about the show. What's the premise, Jonathan?
The premise of the show is basically you've got a very nerdish guy who calls the landlord on activities that's going in one of the other apartments. And she gets thrown out of the apartment and she comes up and starts banging on the door. And it's the confrontation between the two of them that carries the show.
And so, Casey, that character is a prostitute. I'm sorry, a model
And actress.
and actress. That's right.
Mhm.
And you end up seducing the Felix.
Yes, I think she seduces him in a way. They do this odd dance of hatred becomes intimacy.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say hatred. That's too strong a word. They kind of try to outmaneuver each other, and they find a commonality ish, but it's a very intricate, very complicated.
It really
dance
is.
They do.
And I think that they enjoy making up. They enjoy becoming
so they can
friends
fight again.
becoming friends again so that they can fight again.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So
It's a very dysfunctional relationship, which the subject matter, the way it's the way it's carried out within the confines of the script, it's questionable how accepting it would be today.
oh,
well,
very much. So.
You mean today in society?
In today in society and the way and with being looking at things, because it's very abusive relationship
It is an abuse on both
on,
ways.
on the
parts,
parts of both of
absolutely.
them.
On both ways.
The way that the two characters manipulate each other, and like I said, it's an abusive relationship between the two of them. The way that he will manipulate her, she will manipulate him. It's a back and forth thing. This show was originally 65, I think it was,
Yeah.
on Broadway, if I'm not mistaken, and things have changed. One of the simple way that things have changed is just in the meaning of two words that we have already discussed.
Yes. Yeah.
Back then, they talk about the possibility of Felix, the character I play, they talk about the possibility of him being queer. That was the term back then in the mid 60s.
Right.
Today, you hear the word queer and people think odd or strange.
They do. It depends, and it depends on the community that is using the word. And we talked about that too, how different groups of people have adapted or adopted words that they can use to call each other,
Correct.
but
Yeah.
anyone outside of that community should not use that word in reference to that community. So it's a very, it's really interesting. And
Yeah.
I have to tell you, I love this play, and I love the script. It's because it's got a lot of humor in it. If you just sit and take it for what it is,
Right.
like you really just have to it's theater that was
Yes.
written in
Oh,
the
sure.
60s. And so it's not I think if you can sit and watch a show like that and take it not as a statement
Right.
or not as a, we're adopting some kind of philosophy based on this
Right.
show. It's just a show. It's a show.
Mhm.
And with a lot of shows, I think we
Yeah.
face that challenge now.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
There's some things that we wouldn't be able to do.
And Barbara Streisand plays Doris in the movie.
In the movie.
Which I haven't seen yet, but
Well,
I guess I'm in.
this is one of the interesting things to me is the way that Broadway is always so far ahead of TV, movies, of the general public. In the original Broadway version, which, like I said, was 1965, the cast was Alan Alda playing my part. And then the character of Joris was played by an actress, Diana Sands, I believe was her name. And she was a Black woman. So this was also an ingredient of the play of it being interracial. Now, the movie version, which was made in 1970, 5 years later, they had cast Barbara Streisand to play Doris. She wanted Sidney Poitier because she wanted to keep that interracial aspect of it, with it being reversed as far as the male and female roles, but the studios and everybody thought that was too controversial. And this is 5 years beyond when it was on Broadway.
Right. It's really interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it's interesting to do shows like that now, and reading, having read it when we did this at Theater Works,
Mhm.
what, 10 years ago?
10 years
when
ago.
we did this.
Mhm.
And it, even then, it didn't have the impact, I don't think, that it does now, as far as the content. And
No, it really
people's-
doesn't.
You know, it's become more intense, if you will.
Sure.
So now I'm more blatantly aware of the abusive aspect of it. And I went, wow, I'm having a hard time with this, when I didn't 10 years ago. It was
Right.
just fun.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, wow, this is really, it was, there are some things that they say to each other. I'm like, oh, that hurts.
Yeah.
But then they get past it and they
Right.
go on, you know. So the nature of the relationship, I think, is that they feed off of each other, and that creates an intimacy. And that's just the whole play. And there's some fun moments in there.
Yeah. One of the things that I find interesting is that Doris is the name caller,
Oh, Fink.
and and all the other things that you call him, whereas Felix is more goes after
Personal.
what you are.
Mhm.
What is Doris? What does she do for a living?
Right.
Who is she? What circumstances is she in? He goes after that.
Yeah.
She
yeah.
just name calls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
And that comes out of the characterizations. Felix considers himself to be an intellectual. He considers himself to be above that sort of name calling and the some of the other aspects of Doris. He finds, like I said, he considers himself to be above it, but still he's drawn to her.
Mm-hmm.
Still there's a quality about her that he finds attractive, and don't want to really get into it because it'll give away a few of the plot points and everything. But like I said, it's the sort of thing where, no, I'm better than you, so I can't be interested in you. But at the same time, he's drawn to her.
Isn't that kind of like how we met?
Shh, don't tell
Oh,
people that.
sorry, spoilers.
What, you were a hooker?
What? No.
You were an actress.
I was an actress, a model.
And she still is.
Yeah.
Hey, you want a joke?
Yes, please.
Sure.
Where do llamas go on vacation?
Where do llamas go on vacation? I don't know, Ed. Where do llamas go on vacation?
Alpacapuco.
Of course they do. I should have seen that one coming, actually.
Agnes is laughing. I heard Lori make a guffaw.
Is there a rule that says the jokes start here and
No,
then go here and
no,
then here and then here?
No.
Oh, man.
No.
I should have seen that one coming. That was cute. I like the jokes. I'm home laughing all the
You like you want another one?
Yes,
Oh,
please.
God.
What did Mario say when he saw an alpaca?
Mario. Like
Mario.
that's in Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Mario.
What did Mario say when he saw an alpaca?
I don't know.
Don't worry, it's a false llama.
Is it too late? Can I leave?
Come on. False llama. Am I going to get in trouble for doing that accent?
Probably.
Okay. Hey,
Hey,
your
do I
name's
know
on the.
those people.
Oh,
I've heard of them
Once or twice.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
We've been married too long.
Once or
A long
twice.
time.
yes.
We finish each other's sentences now.
So, so we talked about Owl and the Pussycat.
Mhm.
Now, tell me about your favorite stage role ever on stage. Do you have one?
I do, actually, and you were in it. To this day, my favorite thing I've ever done here or anywhere else was Almost Maine,
Maine.
and it was the snowmobile scene. with
Trick
you.
It.
Trick It.
Right?
Oh, that got me every time. And I felt so good doing that.
That
with you.
show it really is one of my favorite
Yeah.
shows
Yep.
ever.
Yep. I dearly love that.
Just
And it just keeps coming back. And then when we're in the green room downstairs and our little pictures down there of the heart,
yeah.
it was so awesome because I loved Almost Maine. I'd seen it a few times in other theaters, and then doing it here, it was like, it hit differently. I guess a show will always hit you differently that you've
Sure.
seen and then you do it. It means something different. But it was, the lines came naturally. The characterization came naturally. You and I had such a great rapport anyway.
And you got to kiss me.
And I got to kiss him. He got to kiss me. You did.
I did.
And you had
I
lipstick all up on your face.
All up on me.
But it was fun and it was easy and it felt genuine to me.
It was-
That role specifically,
Yeah.
and all the other ones I love too. That one came the most natural, and I honestly connected with that girl.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
Yes. Jonathan, same question.
Same question. Well, I'll give you two answers. And both of the answers are because of the challenge of doing them. Beyond Phoenix, probably my favorite was playing John and James Jekyll, the twin brothers in Love, Valor, Compassion.
Love, Valor, Compassion.
Because, and again, because of the challenge of
Right.
playing the twin brothers,
Right.
bouncing off each other, the two characters who are virtually polar opposites.
Right.
But playing them. Favorite for what I've done here with Phoenix, again, because of the challenge, I would have to say the roles in the dining room.
Yeah.
Because
you
I
played
got
multiples.
to
Yeah.
play such a variety of different characters, from a strict father to a 5-year-old boy to a man planning his funeral to
The
an
real estate
architect,
agent.
the real estate agent,
Yeah.
the architect. They were so different. So the challenge of because of the quantity of them, the challenge of making them all very different and very distinct
Yeah.
was something
Yeah.
I really enjoyed doing.
Yeah. I have to say that because it was such a huge departure was in Red Velvet Cake War
Oh, good God.
with you losing your glass eye all over the stage
Eyeball.
with the,
Mhm.
with the German psychiatrist who was in love with you.
Yeah. That may
I
be
just-
your favorite. It's not mine. Although I
It
must.
was such a departure from anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
that's true.
That was, like I said, definitely not on my list of favorites. However, I have to say that as far as my list of not favorites, it gets beat out by the icebox.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Although I really didn't have to do much but come in,
you,
die,
well,
and
you
then
died
lie
and
there.
you
I
lied there
just
with a
lay
piece
there.
of ham on your neck.
Yeah.
And I mean, and then you just smelled like ham all night,
Yeah.
like, ugh.
I mean, good for you, Casey. You know, you have a little.
I was just grateful.
I like
I
my
was
ham
just
and bread,
grateful to
not
get
on
a
my
fresh
husband.
piece of ham every night.
A fresh piece of ham every night.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Val ate it off your neck every
That's
night,
true,
so there
that's
wasn't any
true,
left over.
yes.
She had to gobble that down every
Val
night.
was in that too?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God. I must have blocked it out.
Yes. Val
Yes.
was in it.
I know
Ed
Mo
was
was
in
in
it.
there.
Who else was
Yes.
in it?
Cat.
Yes.
Cat was in
Cat,
it.
Chris.
That's right.
Yes, 'cause-
Moses.
Moses.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris.
Chris Evans
Chris beat
was
me up good.
creepy in that show.
No kidding.
Mhm.
That
He
was the
didn't
first
really
time we
beat
saw him
me
play a
up.
bad role, and
Mhm.
he was creepy
He was
in that
intense.
show.
That was the
Mhm.
first time I met him.
Yeah.
I'd never met him before, and this kid was intense,
Yeah.
and the character was lunatic, creepy, and I was like, I'm not sure about this guy. 'Cause
And you
we-
had to lay in that box for a
I had
long
to lay in
time.
that box
Mhm.
forever, and then I had to pretend to dig my way out. And oh boy, I still have nerve damage on my elbow from falling because we didn't have safety
Yes.
Rob back then.
Rob wasn't around. back
Rob
then.
Rajnovsky was not there, so I have nerve
Oh my god.
in my elbow because I kept falling wrong during the scenes where my dear friend Chris was beating me up,
It's terrible.
and we did not. I didn't know how to fall properly. Remember, I had to have knee
Yep.
pads.
Yes. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Dream role
You have one?
Oh wow!
or a
that's
role that
changed,
you really
yes.
challenged. As we age, they change, right?
Yeah. So when I was first started out in theater about 20 some odd years or so ago, my dream role was Ophelia. That's changed now to Gertrude for obvious reasons. I would like to do more Shakespeare.
Yeah.
I would like to do more Shakespeare. I'd actually like to, because when we did the monologues,
Yeah.
the streaming monologues, and I did Macbeth Act 5, Scene 5. Shit.
This is what I put up with.
Well, at least now it's not just me.
Can you bleep that?
It's
We're
live.
live.
Oh God.
It's okay. It's okay. He says worse.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I'm so
Also,
sorry.
I don't care about that word. You just said the M word.
I know.
Yeah.
I have to go
So you
out and
got
spin
two.
around. I know better. Anyway.
It's okay.
Mhm.
We're already
do,
doomed.
I'll do Loki. So anyway, I'll just end it there and say I'd like to do more Shakespeare.
Do you know what? You know what I would like to see you in?
What?
Honestly, Lost in Yonkers. Do you know the show?
Oh yeah, I've not seen it. I'm familiar with it. I would like to. Yeah. The mom?
I would love to age you and put you in as the grandmother.
Okay.
That role is challenging and crazy good. You know the show. It's crazy good. One of my favorite shows ever.
Okay.
And right? Can you?
I'll have to
Yeah.
read that.
It is. She's a stern, intense woman, but
Mm,
it comes from love,
okay.
and you really don't see that love until the end. But
Ooh.
it's so good.
Yeah.
It's such a great show,
Oh
and it's
okay.
such a good role.
yeah, I should read that.
You have any left?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
Over
there are still
200.
roles out there I would like to do. Dysart in Equus
Mhm.
would be one. And then one of the shows that got away from me, The Dresser.
Yeah.
Doing either Sir or
Please.
Norman.
I
either
would
one.
kill to be in The Dresser.
Mhm.
Like, I think The Dresser is an amazing show. You know, one of the sad things about the shutdown for us is we had reached a pinnacle where we were doing very well with our audiences and we had proven ourselves.
Mm,
And we were starting to get into a place where we could start taking some chances as a theater company
mhm,
and doing some shows that were a little edgier.
mhm.
Like The Dresser is one of them. That it doesn't have a big audience appeal.
And your role, you interested in Norman?
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
I was going to say,
Yo, that would
I
be
will do
amazing.
Sir opposite you as Norman.
Yeah.
any
I
day.
mean, so we were at that point where we would be able to take those chances, and now we're starting over.
Mhm.
Now we're opening up again, and we have to prove ourselves again to attract more audience in. And
Mhm.
so it's really sad, and hopefully we can continue that. But this coming year, and then 2022, we're really focusing on comedy, and
Yeah.
we're gonna
Like,
do some things.
Yeah.
But beyond that, then maybe we'll be able to start doing some more stuff that's a
keep
little
that,
edgier.
keep that on the back
'cause-
burner as
oh,
far as, like I said,
man.
I think I could
I
do
would-
Sir opposite you as Norman.
I would
I think
kill
we
for
would
that
work well
role.
together.
Keep that in mind. Yeah, I would kill for that. That
Yeah,
would be
I think-
that's an amazing show anyway.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
And it's also one of those shows that doesn't get that often,
No.
done that often.
No.
That's one thing that always bothers me is you see the same shows done over and over at different theaters when there are so many amazing shows out there
Yeah.
that nobody seems to do.
Well, and it's part of that difficulty. There are so many shows that nobody seems to do, but like when I'm searching for scripts, there
Mhm.
are so many
Yeah.
scripts to read and so many shows to go through. It's daunting.
Well,
It is
even
daunting.
with what we started talking about, Owl and the Pussycat. When was the last time there was a production of Owl and the Pussycat?
Can't even.
Yet there will always be productions of The Odd Couple and Arsenic and Old Lace, and
Well, part of that is name recognition,
this
and
is true.
because
This
the
is
bottom
true.
line for theaters is selling tickets. You
Mhm.
have to have
Yeah, yeah.
people in the seats
Mhm.
in order to
That's
keep your theater open, and so you sometimes you have to do those shows that have that name
Yeah,
recognition.
This is true.
And unfortunately, what happens is The Odd Couple. It's an expensive show.
Mhm.
The royalties are expensive because it is known, and
Mhm.
because so many theaters want to do it. And so you have that's the challenge that you're up against when you're looking for shows. You
Right.
want name recognition, but can you afford name recognition?
Mhm.
And so prove yourself as a theater company that you can do meaty shows, that you can do funny shows, that you're all around a good company. And then you can start doing shows maybe that people don't recognize the name of. I
Mhm.
mean, Love, Sex, and the IRS remains one of our top sellers.
Mhm.
Nobody knew what that show was, but it was the title.
Ah,
Four Weddings and an Elvis. Everybody came to see that because it had
Yeah.
Elvis in the title.
ah.
So
Oh, yeah, that happens all the time. Going back into ancient history, when South Prairie Playhouse was in existence, I used to work there. Their top selling show of all time, Right Bed, Wrong Husband. It was a silly farce, very stereotypical, but that title sold. It broke every box office record they had when they did it that one season. They did it again during their fall winter season when they would move down the street to the Colonial Tavern Dinner Theater.
Yep.
It broke all box office records there. They did it again that following summer at the Playhouse. It was beat out only by the Fantastics.
Yeah.
3 times in 1 year they did that show, and it broke all box office records, and
Wow.
solely on that title.
It's solely
Right Bed,
it's
Wrong
solely on the
Husband.
title.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
bed, wrong husband.
Yeah. And that's sometimes that's what it takes.
Mhm, mhm.
You
Right
know?
now I'm getting itchy, so I need to go outside, spit, and come back in.
Yes, you do.
All right, I need to do that because it's bothering me.
Okay, it's bothering her. So she's doing the
I'm
Yeah,
gonna do
doing the
She already did
Scottish
the curse. She
play
already
thing.
did the curse part.
Yes.
I
You
did
cursed
that.
already.
I cursed.
Now go outside.
go
You have to
outside.
spin around 3 times,
And
spit, and walk in the door backwards.
Okay, does anybody want to witness me doing this, Agnes? You want to?
Look, Agnes is gonna go with you.
I'll be back. I have to do my penance.
She's got to do that thing. It's crazy. So,
Mhm.
favorite production you've ever seen?
Oh God, favorite production I've ever seen? Possibly Once on This Island.
Really?
Just simply because Once on This Island, the original production came out on Broadway at a time when everything was big and high tech. It was the time when Phantom had premiered. It was Les Mis. It was also Starlight Express, where they converted the entire theater into a roller skating raceway. Everything was big and high production values, and everything was about spectacle. And this was a simple story and a simple show that was so low tech that the car crash where the boy gets hurt was simply the boy walked across the stage with 2 flashlights for headlights and he fell down. That was the car crash scene.
I
So
love
I
the
thi-
music from that show.
yeah.
It's a really good show.
Yeah, so I think it was simply that contrast of all these big productions and then to have this show be so moving and so beautiful. I think it was just that contrast that had such an effect on me. I mean, otherwise, other shows like Les Mis, I saw Les Mis probably for the first time, I would say within a month or 2 of when it opened, and the show is like 3 hours long. I had never even heard the music yet when I saw the show. And when it was all over, I was sitting there going, do it again. Right now, I'll sit here for another 3 hours and watch it again. Please do it again. That was just amazing,
Yeah.
you know. And that's got to be one of my all-time favorite shows.
What show?
Les Mis.
Oh, Les Mis.
I've seen it on Broadway. I saw it in London. I saw a touring production of it. I saw the local production here when the Opera House did it. I've seen that show probably 8 times
Yeah.
now and everything, but just overall, of course, still waiting to get down and see Hamilton live. We've seen the video on Disney Plus.
I was blessed to see Hamilton live
Mhm.
right after it won the Tony, and
Amazing.
So
mind blowing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's one of my favorites, but one of my all-time favorites, Sharon took me to New York, or we went to New York to see a Shakespeare production,
Mhm.
the Scottish play,
This guy. Oh, I did.
a
Agnes.
one-man version with Alan Cumming.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
And I made her go to a lot of pubs beforehand,
Yeah.
because I've never really been a fan of Shakespeare because it's intimidating. This show was amazing.
yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, it was
I heard it was.
It
amazing.
was-
Yeah.
mind-boggling
He is amazing.
how they did this production. It was beautiful. It was beautifully done.
Yeah. We had friends who
It was
said,
gorgeous.
See, now comparable to that, I had said one of the most amazing performances I had seen was I saw Patrick Stewart's One-Man Christmas Carol. Now, here is the thing where you've got, half the audience is there to see Captain Picard from Star Trek.
Right.
And the man is telling a story that we all know.
Right.
We've seen so many million different movie versions of it. So there's nothing new, no surprises.
Right.
Yet he walks out on essentially a bare stage. There's just like a table, a chair, a stool, and a podium. He grabs that audience as soon as he walks out there, and he never loses them for a second. And like I said, he's not telling you anything you haven't heard before.
No,
We've all
that's the
heard
thing about
story.
Christmas Carol, right? Yeah.
And you know, it's all the Trekkies that are there to see Captain Picard,
Sure.
but his performance is just so amazing.
I'm hearing
I'm hearing
Tim.
shenanigans.
Tim is making noises in the other room, and I'm not sure exactly what's going on. Michael, how are we doing on
Is
Give
he-
Local?
Is he tucking?
Let's take a look.
We have to see
Prepare.
where we are on our tuck scale.
Prepare to tuck, Tim. Tim the Tucker.
We are now up over 16,000. We're at 16,041 with 5 more donors.
$16,041. And with the offline donation, that means we are at $21,160.
That's amazing.
That is
Thank you,
amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's
It's
amazing.
because I said the Scottish flag.
That's a record now for us. That is a record for us now.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Oh,
yeah.
That's phenomenal.
it is outstanding. So
So-
I'm going to ask you the same question when you were outside
Out.
spinning around.
Yes.
Your favorite production you've ever seen?
My favorite production I've ever seen. Oh boy. Let's see. I saw it's been a while since. What was the last thing we saw?
The last thing
I
we
mean,
saw, I
it's
think,
terrible
was the
that I
stage
can't-
version of Network,
That was good.
which was amazing
I
too.
think I'd have to say my favorite thing I've ever seen was probably Les Mis. I'd have to agree with John. The production value, I mean, the grand scale of it, the whole thing.
Yeah.
I would have to say Les Mis, and conversely, a show I've never seen, but I have seen out in the wilds on the interwebs, was American Psycho,
Okay,
because I like that kind of thing.
sure.
And the movie is one of my favorites, but the music from the musical, it's all 80s inspired. It's
Ah.
and it uses 80s music.
Okay.
And the visuals and the story, I love that,
Yeah.
but I never got to saw it in person. But my favorite one was definitely Les Mis.
A show you wish no one would ever do again.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Please.
I've actually never seen Oklahoma, so I can't even say that. But I would like to see Oklahoma. What would I never want to see again? I can't say there's anything I don't want to see again, because I haven't been
there's a
overly,
list.
I haven't. Well, you have been around seeing shows longer than you've been seeing
I've
shows
just-
longer than I have, honey.
I've just been around longer than you,
You
dear.
said it, not me. I don't know if there's a show that I wouldn't want to see again. Because actually, everything I've seen, I liked.
Yeah.
I loved seeing In the Heights.
You don't think that there's a title that's overdone? That
Oh,
every
oh,
theater
I'm sorry.
does over and
You know
over.
what? That's
Grease.
yeah.
Grease.
That I have. Yeah, Annie.
Oh,
So, so
Right?
my problem with Grease
Yeah.
is Grease is done all the time
Yeah.
because it's a moneymaker, right?
Yeah.
But
and
what
it's-
an
it's
awful
the show.
message.
Yeah.
For a show.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
What an
yes,
awful
yes.
message
Yep.
for a show.
Subjugate
Yep.
yourself to make everybody happy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Be slutty to win the boy.
Yeah. It's a terrible,
Yeah.
terrible message
Mhm.
in that show. And
Yes.
yet people love
right.
it and they want to do it over and
Mhm.
over
You're
again.
right. You're right.
It's probably the #1 show, I think, for high school
it
groups to
disturbs me
do.
most when that's what I was about to say, that high schools do it
Yeah.
Yes.
annually.
Yeah.
That's you know what? That's interesting. I don't think I ever thought of it that way. And I remember the movie with Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And when I was a kid, I loved it.
Now, have you ever turned down a role
Yes.
that
It
you
was
are?
actually done in this theater. And I don't know. Can I talk about it?
Sure you can.
Okay.
Yeah, sure you can.
So before Phoenix Stage Company was here, and it was Clockwork Repertory, they were doing a production of Misery.
Hmm.
And I was pre-cast in the Annie Wilkes role. And I was very flattered. However, I turned down the role because they changed the entire script,
Oh, the language.
the language.
Because Clockwork did not allow swearing on the stage.
Right,
Regardless of the context in the show, they didn't
Right.
allow swearing on the stage.
right.
Which is interesting because it's actually not.
I don't know that it's legal to change the script. You can, I don't know. I don't know about the exact wording, and I'd have to look at that. But it's interesting. It's interesting
that was a
that's
bone
there.
of contention because I had read Misery. I am still a very big Stephen King fan.
Right.
And the language was part of the plot of the play.
Right.
He wrote it specifically as an impetus for Annie Wilkes to get angry and beat this man.
Right.
If you're not familiar with it, watch it or read it. But it's the language was necessary. You can't water that down.
Right.
Aside from the fact that you are changing the written word of a published author, which yes, there are laws against that.
Right.
You can't just do that.
Hmm.
So I said, if you're going to do it this way, I can't do it. I just can't.
Yeah.
So that didn't go over very well,
Okay.
but I felt better about it.
Okay. And what about you? Have you ever turned down a role?
Usually because I've turned down many roles over the year. Usually it's due to scheduling.
Hmm.
You know, I've had issues where one thing came up and I said yes to do this here. And then sometimes even a week later, I get another phone call from someone looking for me to be able to do something. And it's just, in fact, I just turned down something within the last month. And this was because like Owl and the Pussycat, it was a 2-person show. 2-person show means you got to memorize the whole script. I just didn't feel like memorizing 68 pages.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Lines for me go. You know, I'm the guy
All
with
of
the
us.
index cards in my back pocket. Like I'm.
Tech week.
Yeah.
You got there though.
Like I
You
have
always
these
get
like.
there.
I mean, I have done a 2-man show years ago. In fact, it was when the Oakville Players were downstairs in the Stage Door Theater. Was a production of a show called Green Julia, which was a 2-man show, 2 college students on their last day of school, and obviously had to memorize the entire script because
But
it
you
was
were
either your
younger
line or-
then, and
Oh yeah.
our brains were more supple back
Yes,
then, and
more spongy.
yes, and so we were
Yeah.
able to absorb that.
And it was
stuff.
an interesting combination because I remember one of the things that struck me was I always look up to see who was in the original cast. The original cast of this was James Wood and what's his name, who played Gopher on Love Boat.
Oh,
Gra-
Gandy.
Grady.
Grady?
I forget, something like that, but those were the 2 actors in the original
Somebody in the chat will
production.
figure it out.
Yeah,
Amber, look
yeah.
that up.
So,
Who
you know,
played,
oftentimes when I'm directing, for example, when I directed The Drowsy Chaperone in Goshen, people always say, have you seen it? Are you going to watch it? You should go watch this version of it. I don't watch, if I'm going to direct something,
Mhm.
I don't watch the movie. I don't want to see other people's versions.
Sure.
I want it to come out of my brain. I have never seen The Drowsy Chaperone.
Right.
I knew the music and I love the music and I read the script
Mhm.
and I love the script because I let that talk to me and kind of tell me what it needs to do.
Yeah.
If you're doing a show and it's been a movie, do you watch it before you do the role? Do you do that? Do you find it helpful or not?
I try not to. However, sometimes you can't help but be influenced. One of the shows that we did here not too long ago was when we did The Foreigner. Now, I've done The Foreigner more than once before. The first time I did it was here under Clockwork. I played Charlie Baker, The Foreigner.
Mm.
I later played Reverend David out at Southbury Playhouse. I also directed it here under Clockwork, and then obviously did it here under Phoenix with myself playing Owen Musser. And no matter what, Steve Rice, who played it when I did it the first 2 times here and out at Southbury, he played Owen Musser. The entire time I had his voice in my head. His delivery, I just could not shake it.
That's really
I just
interesting.
could
Yeah.
not shake it.
Yeah.
And this is why, you know, I try not to, but because once in a while, it just gets so ingrained that you can't come up with your own interpretation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's crazy. So listen, I'm going to switch you guys out now
Oh, okay.
Okay.
because we're about 5 minutes away from the end of Give Local.
Ooh.
So I'm going to switch you out and I'm going to bring Agnes in.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay. So Casey and Jonathan Ross, everyone, thank you so much for sitting with us and hanging
My
out.
apologies for the.
No, it's
Scott-
good. We'll, you know what? That goes back to our podcast a long time ago about theater tradition and
traditions.
theater superstitions.
Mhm.
And I thank you for doing that.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Yeah.
Nice job, guys.
All right, so now Agnes is going to take Tim's seat over here. Hi, Agnes.
Hi.
Wow.
I should go around this way.
Oh, yeah, watch that
There's a lot of
cord.
wires.
Don't trip over anything.
Okay.
Ah, so here we are. We're about 5 minutes from the end of this particular Give Local.
And it's been amazing.
Right?
Amazing.
You know, I remember we talked a little bit about it, and I really did think that we were going to be chasing last year. I thought that we would be lucky if we got to the 12,000
Yeah.
that we reached last year. We didn't do a whole lot of pressure marketing or things like that. We sent out postcards and did that kind of stuff and talked about it on the podcast. I'm amazed.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we know how tough a year it's been for everyone, all
But
the
I
way
think
around
also- I
the
think
all the way around the
people are,
block
like,
here.
Seeing, a light at the end of the tunnel and are anxious for it to come back. And I think that maybe is helping to ignite some of it. Like, let's get this going again.
Sure.
You know?
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, and we sent out the postcards for Give Local, and that spurred on some phone calls from people that were calling and asking questions
Right.
about when the theater is going to open again. And I had sent out an email to our subscribers letting them know what our plans were, that we were opening on August 13th. And that spurred more questions. And the largest question that I'm getting is, will I be able to have my regular seats? And
Yeah.
how is that going to be possible if we're distancing?
Yeah.
How are we going to work that? And we're working on the box office system. We're trying to figure out the best way. As you know,
Yeah.
brown paper tickets caused some problems at the beginning of the pandemic. They were sued by the Attorney General of the state of Washington. It turns out there was nothing criminal in their behavior at all. They just didn't manage things appropriately. And so they didn't have the capital to pay everyone back quickly enough. They still owe Phoenix Stage Company money, not as much as other theaters. So we're not going to be using an offsite ticket service to begin with. Everything will be done through the theater, like when we first opened down in Naugatuck. You'll have to call the theater to make your reservations, and seating will be limited because of the distancing.
Right.
And so we'll be sending out letters to our subscribers and to ticket buyers and letting them know exactly how that's all going to work once we figure out how it's going to work. And we're getting there. But today I got a letter in the mail from our friend Kathy Jones, making her reservations for herself and Tony to come back and see the show.
We miss
So,
everybody.
yeah, it's crazy. So we're getting there, and we've got some other things in the works right now that we'll show you on a future podcast. But yeah, we're getting
People
there.
are just so generous. It's just been amazing.
What do we got? Have we got?
I had written it down to give a final total, but it just went up again. So I'm just
Oh
gonna-
my
Okay.
goodness.
So our total
We
is
have 2
Should I
minutes.
get it from my?
we have 2 minutes.
Okay, I gotta write in total. now.
All
You're
right.
just gonna write it down, and then we're gonna find out what those drag names are that are being proposed.
He's got a whole list, he said.
And so, yeah, so
Okay, ready?
ready. Okay, so hold on. We still have 2 minutes, so you can look at that total
Okay.
and you can tell me. Nice. Okay, so we're just we're gonna wait for that couple of minutes. It's been an amazing Give Local, and thank you for hanging out with us for 2 nights instead
Yeah.
of 1.
It's been
Now
fun.
there's not going to be a podcast tomorrow. Next week there will not be a podcast, and the reason for that is Phoenix Stage Company, in support of the Greater Waterbury Arts and Culture Collaborative, has offered our set to them for an event that they have going on. The Greater Waterbury Arts and Culture Collaborative is hosting the Dueling Ivories, it's an hour of live music that you can send donations in and request songs, and they play them live. And so they are actually in New Jersey, and the Greater Waterbury Arts and Culture Collaborative folks will be here, and they're selling tickets to that event. You can look on their website, the Greater Waterbury Arts and Culture Collaborative. And they also have a silent auction going on. There are 2 gift cards for Phoenix Stage Company that are part of that silent auction, and they're worth $150 each. So, yeah, so go take a look. There's also a bunch of other really good stuff. And you can find that on biddingowl.com. You can find their silent auction on there. So next Thursday night, we'll be hosting that event here for them.
It'll start out here with the host from ACC. Then it'll switch over to the feed from New Jersey. At the end of that hour, it'll come back here where they'll announce the winners of the silent auction items.
Very nice.
So the next time you're going to see us is 2 weeks from tomorrow. I don't even know that date. I'm going to look it up right now for you. My phone's been going
April
crazy.
29th?
My
No,
phone's
2
been going
weeks. It's May.
2 weeks. It'll be May. So May 6th will be the next time that you see us for Take Flight Live with Phoenix Stage Company.
Very
You've had
nice.
your fill.
Right?
You've had your fill. And it'll give me time to find some nice, fresh jokes. Speaking of, oh, now.
All right.
Agnes,
Yes.
what do you get when you cross a turtle and a llama?
I really want to. I have no idea.
A turtleneck sweater.
Oh my
A sweater. Llama, alpaca, the fur. They make
No, we get it.
They make the yarn. Make a sweater.
We get it. You get, yeah. Uh-huh. Try another. Let's end on a better one.
So, Agnes,
Uh-huh.
why does it take so long for pirates to learn the alphabet?
I don't know.
Because
why.
they spend years at sea. That's a leftover from last night. So Give Local 2021 has concluded.
Your
Our
phone
phone
call.
is ringing. Let's see what's happening here.
We're listening to.
We're listening to see.
Something's on the podcast.
So
Okay. So our big total ending the Give Local $16,441.
and when we add that to the total that we collected offline, that brings us up to $21,591.
Yeah, that's just
That is a record. That's a
Amazing.
record amount that we've raised for us here at Phoenix Stage Company this
amazing,
year.
Amazing. Thank you so.
Thank you,
very
everyone.
much.
It's you have no idea the
Yeah.
weight that lifts and
Gets
allows
us,
us.
gets
Michael,
us
are you going to go
going.
check on our? We're going to go check on your special prize. Everyone gets this amazing special gift that's coming up.
I think you should go around back here so that.
Yes.
so that
Well,
he doesn't
he's
cross
gonna
in front.
he's gonna stand. He has to stand right here because there's a photo that's gonna go right
Right,
there.
but I mean, it's
Yes.
not cross in front of the camera, so we don't see him until he presents.
Yes.
Hey, do we have the duct tape ready?
We haven't. We didn't reach the 18,000 online, so no duct tape.
Yeah.
Lucky for you,
Lucky
Tim.
Tim.
No duct tape tonight.
No, yeah, well.
But so while we're waiting for Tim, don't forget that we're opening on August 13th. That's a Friday night. Yes, we chose Friday the 13th on purpose with a production of Kill Me Deadly featuring Robert Schnofsky as Charlie Nichols and a whole host of people on the stage.
All people you know and
Yeah,
love.
all people that you know and love. We're very excited about that. That will be followed up in October, opening on October 2nd with a production of the Cayuga Canal Girls,
That's
which is
my
part of the
birthday.
ACT New Play Fest by Laura King. And Laura King will be here for that opening weekend with us. And then for the Christmas show, we're bringing back, by popular demand,
The final time.
for the final tour. We did say that. Call me Elton John. Every Christmas story ever told, and then some.
And then some.
You know, and we chose these shows. Well, we had to do Cayuga because we're under contract, and we've been pushing it out because of the closure. We've had to push it out. I'm being told 5 minutes for the drag queen. So we chose the Kill Me Deadly because it's a comedy that we did many years ago now. And that cast is made up of a bunch of people that have been in kind of a pod together. So it was safe to have them together to begin with. And then the Christmas show, because we already have all of the props, all the costumes, we are updating it a little bit to add a little bit of humor and to kind of poke a jab at the pandemic, if you
Yeah.
will. So we are updating some stuff and so that our audience will feel safe while they're participating with us. So Kill Me Deadly will also be streamed online.
and so will the Christmas show. The difference is that the Kill Me Deadly is going to be a recording that we stream online, and then the Christmas show will be a live stream. We hope, if Michael steps up and helps us with that. And our friend Jim Lertzema said that he would help us as well.
Oh, good. Oh,
So,
thank you, Jim.
so we're excited about that. That's the reason why we chose those shows, so that we've already had this stuff. It was less work, less people involved to make sure
You
that
ready?
everyone is really comfortable.
Oh, no,
And
it's still
you know,
good.
Casey Ross is in the Cuyahoga Canal Girls. And do you even remember what that show is about? Oh my goodness. We were getting ready to open when they closed us. So,
Yeah, and we were in rehearsal for the one after. that.
okay, you want to hear the drag name list?
Yes.
The drag name list. Tammy Tuck,
Okay.
Fufu Phoenix,
Oh, that's cute.
Cheese Louise,
That has to be Chrissy.
Taya Le Phoenix,
Okay.
Cheeky Chelsea,
Cheeky Chelsea.
Timeo Enix, Smoky Cheddar Tina, Hazel Nuts, Harriet Tucker, Karen from Finance,
Yeah.
Tanya Buttocks,
Oh.
T Baggins,
Oh my God.
or Teamy Baggins,
Oh my God.
Starlight Express.
Oh. That's good. That's very good.
So we're
Nice
gonna
job,
so we're
people.
gonna pick a name for Tim right
Okay.
now.
Okay.
We're all gonna do it together. So I need a show of hands as I read these, and I'm gonna put them. Tammy Tuck, Fufu Phoenix, Cheese Louise, Teale Phoenix, Cheeky Chelsea, Timeo Enix, Smoky Cheddar Tina, Hazelnuts. Okay. I'm having some trouble writing on this paper. Harriet Tucker, Karen from Finance,
That's a good one too.
Tanya Buttocks, T Baggins,
No.
Starlight Express.
That's a good one too. Yeah, I still like hazelnuts.
We have a winner, so
Yeah.
we'll introduce him when he's ready.
He's ready.
He's
Okay,
ready.
so he's got to come out this way and
Behind the
walk here.
camera. Behind the camera.
So before, yeah, so I want to show you.
He's going that
I want to
way.
show you a picture of some. This is another drag thing. Well, no, we'll put Timmy. We'll introduce our friend first.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'll get ready.
Okay. All right. So
Yeah, music.
introducing for the first time in public,
Hazel.
because of your generosity, please welcome to the stage, Hazel Nuts.
Oh my God.
Come right here. Hazelnuts. Come right over here. Stand right here. Hazelnuts, everyone.
Should we take down the local?
Yeah, so
I can't see the floor.
yeah, so Tim, Hazelnuts is wearing an outfit that was very first modeled by my brother-in-law. And that's him there in that picture. So they're sisters. So we have Brazilian and Hazelnuts right there. So you look fabulous.
Oh my God.
Thank you, Eric.
Move your bangs like
Move
this
your
a
bangs
little
so we
bit.
can see the smoky eye.
Move your
Look at that
bangs.
smoky
Oh
eye.
my God.
That is amazing right
Wow.
there. Amazing.
Gorgeous.
Hazelnuts.
Gorgeous.
Thank you for your donation.
Right, so
I hate you all. Next year.
So Al, you need to go back up there. We need the music. So Hazel, would you thank our first sponsor for us?
I would like to thank the Academy and Black Hog Brewing Company.
Black Hog Brewing
Because
Company.
there's no way in hell I'm doing this sober. Oxford, Connecticut.
We also need to thank our friends at Sierra Ridge Media Arts Deb Cryan, Jeff Cryan, thank you so much for all that you do for us.
Really.
We need to thank Eric Calabrese
Eric.
for this
Come on in, where is
masterpiece
he?
that happened here. Amazing. Casey and Jonathan Ross for their work to get ready for our event that
Yep.
didn't happen, and for being good sports when we had to adjust to something else. Thank you, Michael, for all of your hard work. Thank you, Al. Lori Phillips, thank you. Thank you, Agnes.
Thank you, Ed.
And thank you, everyone out there, for being so supportive of Phoenix Stage Company and all of the other nonprofits that needed your help this year more than ever. Thank you all so much. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Say good night, Hazel. Good night.
Oh my God, he's twiggling his boobs.
How do
Oh, he's got a flat spot. Oh my God, that's too funny.